A new article published shows the famous right-wing writer Ayn Rand to have been inspired by 1920s serial killer. It should be no surprise given the cold-blooded nature of the right-wing elites. It also explains why the followers of Ayn Rand also display the least concern for human life. As you are no doubt aware, Ayn Rand is the occult philosopher who had great influence over the right-wing and libertarian crowd. The article itself says, one reason most countries don't find the time to embrace Ayn Rand's thinking is that she is a textbook sociopath. In her notebooks, Ayn Rand worshipped a notorious serial murderer dismemberer and used this killer as an early model for a type of ideal man she promoted in her famous books. These ideas were later picked up on and put into play by major right-wing figures of the past half-decade, including the key architects of America's most recent economic catastrophe, former Fed Chairman Alan Greenspan and the SE Commissioner Chris Cox, along with other notable right-wing Republicans, such as Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, Rush Limbaugh, and South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford. The best way to get to the bottom of Ayn Rand's belief is to take a look at how she developed the superhero of her novel. Atlas Shrugged, John Galt. Back in the late 1920s, as Ayn Rand was working on her philosophy, she became enthralled by a real-life American serial killer, William Edward Hickman, whose gruesome, sadistic dismemberment of a 12-year-old girl named Marion Parker in 1927 shocked the nation. Rand filled her early notebooks with worshipful praise of Hickman. According to her biographer Jennifer Burns, author of Goddess of the Market, Rand was so smitten with Hickman that she mauled her first literary creation, Danny Rannan, the protagonist of her unfinished first novel, The Little Street, on him. What did Rand admire so much about Hickman? His sociopathic qualities. Other people do not exist for him, and he does not see why they should, she wrote, gushing that Hickman had no regard whatsoever that society holds sacred, and with a consciousness all his own. He had the true, innate psychology of a Superman. He can never realize and feel other people. This echoes almost word for word Rand's later description of her character, Howard Rourke, the hero of her novel Fountainhead. He was born without the ability to consider others. The Fountainhead is Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas' favorite book. He even requires his clerks to read it.